Hi, we are live. I'm Jamie Chapman, and I have with me Seda Goff. She works for the PenFed Foundation, and we are here to talk about something that is really super cool. For Black History Month, there's this really cool pitch competition for the military community for Black business founders. If you have a business idea, or if you have a new business and you are at least 50% owned by a Black founder / military community member, you are eligible to tune in and listen to this and then to apply. And if I believe I've got my dates straight in my head, the applications close in 3 days. Seda, why don't you tell us about yourself, and why don't you tell us about the competition and a little bit about what PenFed does?
Absolutely. Thanks, Jamie. And thanks for having me here today, because we are really excited about what we're doing for Black History Month. So this Ignition Challenge that we're doing is focused on the ideas. It's focused on the new stuff, the new businesses and the new ideas. And what the program will do is we're asking everyone to apply with their idea and or their new business. And we will be narrowing that down to a few that will then go up for public vote. Starting on February 1st. So that's why we have a quick turnaround. And the 3 companies or ideas that get the most votes will go up for a Shark Tank style pitch by the end of the month, by the end of February, to hopefully get funded with a grant of $15,000 for first place, $10,000 for second place, and $5,000 for third place. But here's the best part is, we're not going to just give you the money and wish you luck. We're going to help you. We're going to help you build that idea. We're going to help you build your company. And we're going to be part of your mentor team, hopefully. And also the PenFed Credit Union's digital team, who produces news channel quality, amazing video packages, has also donated their services to provide all 3 of the companies that make it to the final 3 a video for their own, and so that they can use to get the word out and to build your community around you for your business. So we're really excited about it.
This is super exciting, and this is a really unique idea for Black History Month, and a great way to celebrate Black-owned business and to draw support to them. So I want to just clarify, I'm assuming this is a 100% virtual event, and that all of the applications, and then once we get down the road and have the final 3, all of it's going to be purely virtual online.
That's right. Absolutely, Jamie.
All right. Yep. And so what would be, tell me about the criteria. If you are a new business, how long is that? Is there a timeline? Can you be less than a year old? What's the definition of a new business?
That's a great question. So when we're looking at new businesses, we're looking at maybe pre-revenue. Pre-traction, you're getting yourself up and going, and you're ready to take your business online. So, and that's why we wanted to make sure that, some folks out there have already, got the ball rolling. They've gotten their LLC, they're starting the process, but may not necessarily have all the resources they need to get out the door. So we've included them in this Ignition Challenge. So it's not just business ideas. It's those people that have taken those first couple steps toward starting this business.
It's amazing. If you are watching this video and you know somebody who fits the criteria for the challenge, please tag them, because they only have 3 days to apply, and they really kind of need to get a fire lit under their butt and get their application submitted really quickly. Do you have any tips or recommendations to be successful on your application?
Absolutely. Tell us what's going on. Give us the whole story. Well, we're looking for people who are passionate about solving problems, who have identified a problem out there that is, a lot of people have, and people can't wait for you to exist to solve. And, the questions that we ask are very, you might find them a little open-ended, but they're not. We want to get from you what's going on in your entrepreneurial brain. Because then what we'll do is, for those that are selected, before you go up for public vote, we'll help you craft what you're going to put out to the public. So we're going to help you along the way to be as successful as possible.
Awesome. We have a question, and this user is asking, can nonprofits take part in the competition?
Great question, and yes, absolutely.
Awesome. I hope we answered your question there very clearly. All right, so whenever we do a pitch competition, sometimes, and this is just me asking out of my curiosity. Sometimes I get the vibe from the judges that they're looking for the big fish, the one that's going to go out there in the future and make a lot of money. So maybe as an applicant for this, I feel a little bit intimidated and I think, well, this is something I want to serve. I want to help people. I don't know if this revenue model is going to be successful. What would you have if you're a little bit intimidated thinking, I'm not the next big $2 million company coming out of the gate next week? What tips and advice for you have if you feel as if you're coming in, at a disadvantage, or if you feel like an underdog? What would you say to somebody who's maybe on the fence about trying this out?
Okay, first, number one, if you are going to pitch at our event, you will go through pitch prep. We are not going to, put you out there without some preparation and some like comfort to get in front, because man, can it get scary. Like you could even be, the most seasoned, entrepreneur, but when you get in front of that pitch environment, it's kind of like, what am I supposed to say? So we will help you. Don't worry about that. So that's number one. Number two is, one of the things that we're really looking at is how are you going to impact your environment? How are you going to impact your community? And that can be either through your business itself and what it does, or through your business practices. Now, this is something that we look for in even the companies that we invest in through the PenFed Foundation. So we do have a nonprofit strategic investment fund that we invest in those kind of big ideas that are, going to make a lot of money. But we still look at them and say, what are you going to do for your community, particularly your military community, on one way or the other? And believe it or not, it's not that hard to find because of that sense of service that our military community this is what we bring to the economy, is that sense of service, is that second and third degree effect of when somebody within the military community starts a business, they are 30% more likely to hire other military veterans and their spouses. They have a higher likelihood to give back to their communities. So show me that. Show us that. Send that in. Show us your heart. We promise that we'll be able to give some feedback too as we go along.
That's awesome. Hi, Robert. I see you chiming in there and saying hello. We like to have you here. Thank you for watching. We have a number of comments, a lot of people just tagging or sharing their, celebration that this is happening. So I believe this is truly a really wonderful idea. Seda, before we go, this is a really quick, snappy live here. Is there any final tips or words of wisdom or just anything in parting that you'd like to leave with our audience today?
Absolutely. Just do it. Just apply. Don't be scared. What are you waiting for? There's nothing that should hold you back. We will be doing this a number of times throughout the year for different groups, and we'll be doing this again next year for this specific one. We'll have ignition challenges throughout the year. Just apply. And there should be nothing that holds you back. And we'll have other programs along the way to help you. So don't worry.
So if you are a Black founder in the military community, that means veteran, spouse, what have you, and you're watching this video right now, you can go straight into the description of the video, find the link to the page on the PenFed website so you can read all about it and apply. And oh, by the way, you have 3 days. Thank you so much, Seda. I appreciate you and for everything that PenFed does for our military community. And it's just been wonderful chatting with you today.
Thank you for having me on. Bye, Jamie.